Good morning, all of you wonderful people, whether you're watching this at 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. I hope you're all doing well. I'm really happy with a lot of the work that I'm seeing from many of you. So now we're going to move on to something a little different, something that you should be familiar with, but something we really got to work on before the end of the year. The next 3 weeks we're going to spend on a theme unit. We're going to be talking about theme, what it is, how to find it, and how to do this in a way that sets you up for 8th grade. The first thing that we're going to be talking about in our theme unit is writing a summary. And you'll see why that's so important by the end of this video. So first, how do these videos work? So basically everything that we're doing between now and the end of the year is to set you up for next year. Obviously, this is like a very different way of being in a classroom, but we need to focus on it so that you are able to get as much as you can before you go into the 8th grade. Basically, they're going to tell you how to do the work. We're giving you pretty specific assignments. The next 3 weeks are going to be about theme, and we're going to really lay out how to go about doing that work. At the end of that time, we're going to look for you to be using this kind of set of rules and ways to do things to really set up your work. It's a resource for you guys to refer back to. So you're going to be watching these right now along with the lessons that you're getting each day, but some of these are also going to be useful for you to refer back to. So for instance, you're going to be working on summaries for the next 3 weeks at least. So there's going to be times when it's probably going to be worth it for you to come back to this video, skip ahead past this part where I talk about where the video works, and look through the details about how to work on a summary. And then finally, it's accountability. We're presenting this out here, and we're really trying to give you guys a roadmap to do the work. So a lot of this work might be tough for you guys. It might be something you like, might be something you don't, but we're giving you a guide of how to do the work. So we're going to expect you to be following that guide. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to see that you're putting effort in and that you're following our directions. So these videos are going to be important for that because we're going to ask you, did you see that video? We're going to ask you, did you see what we talked about on summary on that video? And we're going to expect that you have, especially if you have questions or if you're saying that you need help to do the work. We're here for you, but we want to make sure that you're using your resources. So summary is going to be a part of this unit on theme. Our class definition on theme. Theme is the message or lesson the author gives through their story. The message or lesson the author gives through their story. So we just need to keep that in the back of our mind right now, but that's going to become really important as we get deeper into this unit next week. The goal for today, the goal for this video and the assignment that's connected to it is that students will be able to write a summary of the main points of a text to show they understand its meaning. Take 10 seconds and read that yourself. Okay, so there's something really important in there about summary that we're going to talk more about later on in this video. Our definition for summary is an account of the text's main points. So we throw this word around a lot, summary, write a summary, summarize this. What does it mean? It's an account of the text's main points. And we're going to talk about how that comes together and how that's set up, but that's the basic definition, an account of the text's main points. This is going to be part of your work later, so pay attention to it or know to come back to this part of the video. So when we talk about a summary, an account of the text main points, there's some things that we want to stick to when writing a summary. Looks like my video is actually a little in the way there. Let's move me. So a summary skips small details. So the main points, not all of the small little details on the side. It generally goes in order, the same order that the story goes in. And it shows that you understand what happened. So any summary you write should have these elements to it. It should be giving the main points. It should be skipping a lot of the small details. It should be going in order of the story, and it should be showing that you understand what happened. But why? Why do we need to do this? Excellent question. There I am. Hi. So, summaries are useful. They're useful because they allow you to answer big questions about a story without getting stuck on small details. So, we can often be deep into a story, whether it's a book or a short story, and we're looking at each thing line by line. And when we're in that mind, sometimes we get stuck on little things that matter but aren't the most important thing. So if we want to be able to answer a big question, we can't just focus on one detail and one part of the story. We need to have a look at the whole story. Big questions like, what is the theme of the story? We're working on a unit about theme. That's a really big question for a story. We need to be able to really get a wide view of the story in order to really be able to answer that question about theme. Theme, remember, is the message or the lesson from the author. Okay, so what do you guys have to do? I'm sure many of you have that question. You guys always have great questions about why we're doing something. What do you have to do? The summary is something that you're going to construct by really answering three questions: who, what, and why. Who is the main character? Start there. Everything in the summary should be relating back to that main character. Who are the other important characters? What? What is the main character doing? What is happening to them throughout the story? So, what are the main character's actions? What's happening back to them? How are the other characters involved? But remember, whatever the actions are, whatever the other characters are doing, I want you to try to relate that back to the main character. Because chances are that if it's really key to the story, it's going to be somehow impacting that main character. And then finally, why is this important? Sometimes this question is hard to answer in a summary, sometimes it's not. But the idea that you got to get in your head here is, why do these actions matter? Usually it has something to do with how what is happening in the story impacts the main character. So we want to think, does this action impact the main character? Does this other character impact the main character? Does the main character change? How do they change? All of these things should be running through our mind when we're coming up with this. But we're going to stick to who is the main character, who are the other characters, what's going on in the story, what's the character doing, what's happening to them. And that's really going to allow you to build out your summary. So that's the general overlook of what your summary is going to be about. So what you're going to do today is watch this video. Excellent job watching this video if you've made it to this point. Complete the summary assignment in Google Classroom. So you're going to complete the assignment, you're going to submit it. And right now you're not writing a summary. I'm in the process of evaluating your summaries about Monkey Man, and we're going to go over that tomorrow. So right now you're going to work on this assignment, and then you're going to submit it. And then remember that this video is going to be a resource for you as you go forward and write a number of summaries in the next few weeks. Again, I miss you guys. I hope everything's going okay. Please let me know, or one of your other teachers, if you need help with any of this. We're going to expect you guys to do it, and we expect you to be talking to us if you're having trouble with it. Thank you.